Hey guys, it's Rush. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you had a great Christmas, a great New Year, and man, it's 2023. What what is going on? It's 2023. We're living in the future. It's wild. We live in the future, but yeah, we're still living. We're still struggling. We're still going through all these issues, mental, physical, whatever else has been thrown at us. But yeah, it's nice to do a video like this. We're not pressing buttons on Street Fighter and we're just talking. But as most of you probably know, I can't believe how many messages I've had from people about this. But things are changing with me, with content, blah blah blah. There's a lot to talk about, but I don't want to talk too long. But in short, I feel this video is aimed at people that follow the content closely, to which I appreciate greatly, and to people doing this type of content as well. I think this video is mainly for those two types of people. So there's no Street Fighter content in this. If you don't care about anything other than Street Fighter, you may as well click off now. But if you are interested in what I've got to say, my struggles, my journey during this content I've done in my life, then I'd appreciate you sticking around. And I think there's a lot of life lessons that can be taken from this. Again, from my perspective. So yes, I am ending my Street Fighter content and my gaming content, and I'll explain the reasons why I'm doing this. There will be one more stream. So it's going to be a long Sunday stream, either January or February. I haven't decided exactly when I'll be doing that, but there will be a long stream where I say goodbye to Street Fighter 5 and the content and gaming. If I was to articulate it, to explain why this is, Street Fighter 5 and doing content was a side hobby for me, and I became very invested in it and very addicted to the process. So I love Street Fighter 5. I could play it all day and all night. I love streaming. I grew to love streaming through what I did. I love making content, and I love the interaction between my content and you guys, and the discussions we've had, the community we've built. I love all that. But the dark side to this is it's very addictive, and it can take over you. So you can become far too invested in this journey to the point you're not invested in other areas of your aspect. I can't remember where I saw this. I don't know if it was a book or if it was like a YouTube video where somebody mentioned about watering. You have to, like watering plants, you have to water each aspect of your life to keep that area of your life sort of like growing, developed, so that area of your life doesn't die. And it's a terrible analogy, but what I'm trying to say is there's many aspects of my life that I didn't invest in. And I've spoke upon this many times. Many aspects of my life I didn't invest in because I was so invested in the content, in the streaming. You're talking late nights, you're talking my back being absolutely killing me from just being sat in this chair. Bear in mind I work from home as well, so I spend almost 40 hours a week working in front of a PC. I stream in front of the PC, then I edit in front of the PC. My whole life literally feels like it's like there's two screens here. Just sat in three screens. I'm just sat in front of that. And my mental health suffered as a consequence of this. I was conscious of this. I've articulated it before, but I kept pushing through. And like, it's admirable that I've pushed through the pain, but there's been a cost. And I've got to a point in life now where it's funny how this came about. Actually, I've come to a crossroad where it's like I'm 38 years old. Whatever I do now moving forwards will project the next 5, potentially 10 years of my life. And I thought, do I want to continue doing content? Do I want to continue gaming? Do I want to continue sacrificing these areas of my life? So I mentioned there, late nights, poor quality sleep because I've been gaming and the lights are on. And I'm just my brain just wired. All these ideas bounce around my head about content during my sleep. All these things have affected my mental health, and my other hobbies died off. So things that I wasn't watering, back to that analogy. So my social life was not developing. My love life was non-existent. My fitness and diet have suffered. Not as bad as you'd think, but they have suffered. So the amount of time and investment in those things that are passionate to me, diet, nutrition, working out, I didn't do them half as much, even a quarter as much as I would normally do those things. So that was neglected. My close friendships deteriorated, some of which needed to happen because certain relationships had those relationships were no longer, I don't say relevant, but they progressed in different directions. But my close friends, they know who they are, like real life friends. Those relationships not deteriorated, but a greater distance was created than I wanted. Relation, my family, most importantly, yeah, my kids. I felt like I wasn't as invested as I should be in my children as well. There's so many things I could talk about that were in fact affected by this. But like I said, I came to a crossroad. So I was very, very ill over Christmas, like that December time. I think it was COVID. I don't know what it was. It felt like COVID or a very, very bad flu. So I was very, very ill over Christmas, just before Christmas. The beta came out. The beta came out my son's 11th birthday as well. So I didn't get much time to play Street Fighter 6 Beta 2. A combination of just seeing where I am in life, the fact that I'll be 40 very soon. I didn't particularly like Street Fighter 6 that much. I know it's a fantastic game, it's a new game, but I just didn't really click with the game that much. I didn't find it very fun, if I'm honest. Big part of Street Fighter 6 for me specifically is I don't want to invest anywhere near the time I've invested in Street Fighter 5. So for me, if I'm not that keen on Street Fighter 6, if my feelings towards gaming have changed, and the investment involved to be good at 6 is not there, I thought, well, 6 is that's a no-brainer. I'm not going to be invested in 6 at all. So there's that happened. So yeah, I was reflecting. I was ill, so I was thinking more. I had more time to myself because I was off sick from work. I was just thinking about everything, getting that perspective. I didn't really enjoy Street Fighter 6, and I just thought, why am I pushing myself to do Street Fighter 5 content up until the release of 6? If people aren't interested in 5 anymore now, people are talking about 6, are excited about 6. I just thought, why am I even bothering with doing 5 content? Because all I'm doing is I'm just delaying the inevitable, which is the end of my Street Fighter 5 content. So I came to this crossroad and I said, you know what? I've identified the things that are important in my life that I've neglected. Many, many things. There's people. There's myself. Okay, let's do it in order. Myself. There's people. There's my career. There's my social skills. This is bad to say as well. It's an awful thing I'm going to say, and I mean no judgment by what I'm going to say, but I think it's good to say it because I think it's good to hear this. But I also looked at people in the FGC. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the scrubs and the noobs and all that nonsense and the trolls. I'm not talking about that. I looked at people that were successful in the FGC, and I use inverted commas successful in the FGC, and I look at them and I thought, I'm not gonna name names. Is that what you aspire to be, Rush? And you know what? I just looked at them and I thought, no way is that what I want for myself. And that's a horrible thing to say, but I'm just being real with you guys. I just thought, if they're happy doing what they're doing, that's fine. That's great. It's important to be happy with what you're doing. And some people in some ways are living the dream, but I just thought lifestyle and what you're doing for a living and the message you're portraying and the sacrifices you're making. And I know it's bad to say this, but I even looked at the individuals like looking at them, I was like, I mean, I'm not a spring chicken yet. I'll be honest, I'm not a spring chicken. But what I'm saying is like, I looked at them and I thought, like, you don't look like you're in a great place. Just from a purely not I don't say looks, but do you know what I mean? From an aesthetic, from well rested, from a self-care perspective, I thought, damn, you ain't looking too hot, man. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought, is that what I aspire to be? And it's blunt, it's not nice, but no, I don't want to be a guy that just lives on the internet and I don't want to escape through the internet. I don't want to live on the internet. I don't want my self-worth to be on the internet. I want real life experiences, a real life journey. And that I've neglected that so honestly, beyond, you won't even understand how much I've neglected it, because everyone sees these content creators with they're doing stream after stream, they've got someone doing their editing for them, all these things going on. It's amazing. Some people in the FGC have done extremely well, and certain people, I'm not gonna name names, I can already say their names in my head. It's two particular individuals. I'm going to say, okay, in my mind right now is Brian F and Rob TV. Those are two people I look at and I think, wow, you have done exceptionally well, and you've done it in such a great fashion. You make great content, you're great personalities. That's the positive side of the FGC. I forgot what I was saying now, but yeah, I completely got off chat tangent. But yeah, there's an example for you. That's a positive example. But yeah, with my content, that's it. I remember. So yeah, you got these people that have done extremely well, blah blah blah. But from my perspective, I've always struggled from day dot. You guys know I've struggled. I've got 3 kids. When they're with me, I'm doing it by myself. I'm separated from my ex. I've had numerous problems with like my housing situation. I was with my parents, then I had to move. I've found a place, then I had to move. That disrupted the flow of all my content. So things always with me have gone well, been forced to slow down, gone well, been forced to slow down, and that's really affected my potential. Also, I didn't sell myself very well. I never promoted donations or like donation drives or money. I never really gassed myself up on social media and in my content. I never promoted myself that much. I was quite, what it was. I was very passive and very humble with it, and I never want. You know what it was, guys. I never wanted to be fake. I never wanted to pretend. I never wanted to be arrogant. I never wanted to be too big for my boots. I always wanted to keep it humble and, just this is who I am. I'm doing the best I can, and this is reality. So that's why you see you see all the emotions on stream. It's real. There's no BS. There's 1% BS in my streams, but everything else is like it's genuine. It's genuine. Even that's debatable, actually. I don't even know. I threw that in there because I had some memories to some moments where I thought, yeah, you did. You kind of went over the top there, Rush, but it is what it is. But that's it. That's literally it. I feel healthier now. I feel stronger. I feel more confident. I feel happier not doing the content, and I do feel sad because I'm not doing my content, and that upsets me because I know there are a small portion of people out there in the grand scheme of things that really are passionate about my content. They love my content and they love the videos. But then even with that perspective, I will say that my numbers and interactions on socials on YouTube they're not substantial. I don't know how to word this, but when I watch the content is very basic. I know that it's very simple, it's very effective, but there's some aspects of it I think that are pretty good. Like the stream highlights, I think are somewhat educational. They are educational, and I think they're entertaining. I do think when I'm editing them, I'm laughing like the entire time. Like, wow, this is really funny. Imagine laughing at imagine enjoying your own content. It's crazy. But my point is like when I watch the content, I think, oh, this does seem really good. And I know how YouTube works. You got to keep it short, sweet, entertaining, and you got to keep the dopamine. You got to keep feeding you guys dopamine. It's good and bad, depending on which perspective you look at it. But I know how YouTube works. But I think because of my consistency, because of real life struggles that have slowed things down, because I haven't been able to put my all in and push my content, push the brand, it's hurt my growth, I feel. And I feel like where I've reached, I'm proud of where we have reached as a community. I'm proud of what we have built together, but I definitely limited myself, or was limited because of certain factors. So yeah, that literally is it. I think if anyone else is doing this, I think a lot of what I've just said is quite important, and you should take note of this. Balance is key. Balance is key. That's the most important thing. I've gone through a lot of struggles during this period, and content Street Fighter I'll be honest, it's been an escape for me. I've been able to escape many problems in my life, many situations in my life. It became like a purpose for me because I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going. And even that, like I said, that ties into what I said about addiction, escapism. it's a dangerous thing. It's like a drug, really. You're using something to escape reality, and because you're escaping reality, you're not dealing with the true issues at hand. Whilst I've enjoyed this has also been that as well. So there's a real, like, it's a sad tale, really. There's a real positive and negative aspect of what I've been doing. So yeah, be careful of that. I'm just being honest with you guys. I've gone through emotional struggles. I've gone through mental struggles. I've gone through actual physical struggles doing my content, parenting struggles, career. Like the job I've taken now, I'll tell you straight up, I hate the job that I work in now, and that the job I work in now is extremely demanding, and that's put pressure on the content. That's put pressure on my kids. I've been very unhappy in what I do and unfulfilled and stressed, and it has whilst you may not have seen it, it did carry over to other aspects of life, including the streaming. So I didn't address that issue. I kind of did. I found another job, but I decided not to take the other job. And that, you could say, well, that was potentially a bad idea. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, live and learn and move forward. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to identify what's important to me, who's important to me, and how to go about addressing and fixing that. What else to say? I mean, I've said it many times before. I thank everyone that's watched this content. I thank everyone that's been a part of this journey. The journey's not over because I do plan to continue doing content. And I wasn't sure what I'd do. I was like, do I do it on this channel? Do I create a new channel? And I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to continue doing content on this channel. But I will say now, I mean, whether anyone even watches this video, it's not going to be gaming content. Basically, what the concept is I want to see if I can transition my life from where I am now, which I feel that it was at a low point in December. I'm slowly moving towards another direction. I want to document that process of changing myself from, inverted commas, a gamer. I never considered myself a gamer because I played no other games other than Street Fighter 5. But obviously Street Fighter 5 is a game, so I am a gamer. So I'm over here now. I'm a gamer. I don't know why I'm starting from right to left. Right, start from this side. I'm a gamer. I'm a streamer. I'm a content creator who is not happy in his life. So my content, I was thinking to document the process of me, inverted commas, no pun intended, rising up, so to speak. That's not going to be, that's got nothing to do with what I'm planning to, do. I'm not going to use Street Fighter puns. There'll be no reference to Street Fighter other than the fact that I was a gamer in the future content. But I want to document the process. It's going to be low tier content, similar to my Street Fighter content. It's going to be just like straightforward, basic, honest content. But it's just trying to dig myself out of the hole that I'm over here. Digging myself out of the hole that I feel like I'm in and just seeing where I end up. I've got ideas, I've got concepts, but that will be on this channel. So if you've got no interest in that at all, unsubscribe. It's not going to be Street Fighter. It's not going to be Street Fighter 6. It's not going to be gaming. But I'm going to document the process because I feel like lifestyle, I feel like nutrition, I feel like fitness, I feel like education, I feel like reading, I feel like good habits, getting rid of old habits, I feel like sleep. I think these things are things I'm passionate about. I want to discuss through my struggles, and that's the type of content I want to make moving forwards. A video a week, maybe a video every 2 weeks, no pressure on me. Put stuff on the social media accounts related to this channel, and that will be what happens moving forward. So if that's of interest to you, I appreciate you sticking around and watching that, but I understand it's not FGC content, so it may have no relevance to your interests at all. So I'm just putting it out there. That's what's going to happen moving forward. So it's not goodbye, it's not the end, but it is goodbye to Street Fighter 5. The stream itself, I'll give ample notice ahead of the Sunday stream whenever that takes place. Like I said, I plan to do it in January, February. I was considering doing Street Fighter 5 until I hit Grandmaster, because I'm not far off Grandmaster, actually, about 3k off. But I've got to keep the consistency to maintain that progression. I think I'm on like 75% win rate at the moment. It may be possible to do GM in the one stream, depending on how the stream goes. But if I'm honest, guys, it's one stream. I'm doing one stream, and that is it. That's it. There's no more after that. That's it. That's it. That's it. That is it. Benito. So yeah, guys, thank you so much, man. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for being a part of the community. It's not over, but there's a massive change coming, and I'm hoping that this video itself, the journey itself, has been somewhat I don't want to say inspiring, that's kind of cheesy, but somewhat informative, especially for anyone else on a similar path, and for anyone else looking to do what I've done and looking to make the changes that I'm making now. Just be careful the way you live your life, the way you balance and structure things, but don't neglect the things. Sometimes you don't know things are an issue until they become an issue, right? That's actually something I understand that now. Sometimes you don't know there's a problem until the problem arises. And trust me, I've learned that the hard way in many ways. And there's many more lessons like that to come. So, all right. Well, thanks again, guys. See you in the stream, hopefully. And yeah, hopefully see you in the future content as well. But all the best. All the best for 2023 and all the best moving forwards, whatever you do. Don't feel bad about playing Street Fighter just because of my hang-ups, but just make sure you maintain a good balance of everything and don't neglect yourself as well. Right, guys, over and out.